came about. And he wrote this book in 2004, and the title was The New Normal, Great Opportunities in Time of Great Risk. And his concept was that he was really talking about technology and what technology has done to our communities, our states, our countries, our world. And that because of that, technology is so pervasive in everything that we do that it has really made a cultural change for all of us. And again, not just in the United States, but in the world. And so he coined the term new normal, that we now have a new normal that's brought about by the technology, and that new normal is here to stay. Now, for new normal, for libraries, and hence the title of this talk, is that we are now in changing and challenging times. Whether we like it or not, that's where we're at. And quite frankly, we were that way because the technology was driving everything that we did, whether we were in academic, public school, or special libraries. But with this whole idea of the change comes opportunities and responsibilities. And as Felton said, is the glass half empty or is the glass half full? And I'm hoping that that we look at the opportunities and the responsibilities and what needs to be done in our libraries. Again, it doesn't matter what type of libraries that we have to do to prepare for this new normal. Now, the factors that are affecting our new normal across this country, and again in multi-type libraries, they're trends. The trends help us prepare for our future. I just finished a talk at lunch with the distance education librarians that are having their national conference and talking about trends for them. And in trends, I'm talking about social demographic trends. I'm going to give you an example. The millennials, this new generation, and the fact that they are what we call digital natives. They're growing up with this technology. Technology trends is another example. The whole idea of social media and the explosion of social media and how it's affecting mobile computing. And then the economic trends. And it's the economic trends that I'm going to focus on because I don't have enough time to go through all of these except to give you a couple of examples. And that is our major challenge today. We're primed to not talk about the economic recession, that this is an economic downturn now. The fact of the matter is, and I'm giving you my personal opinion, is it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while for this to turn around. So I decided to talk about, here in the United States, in our economy, I'm going to share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly as it relates to libraries. First of all, the good is public library usage has increased during economic times. I can't tell you how many times both Sari and myself, as ALA president and PLA president, have done interviews, both on TV, on radio, and newspaper interviews about the increase of foot traffic and circulation during this economic downturn. Now, why is this so important? And the whole idea is that people are finding out. We have our users, and now we're getting people who have been traditionally non-users, and they're finding that they can have equal access to our libraries, particularly, and I'm focusing on public libraries right now, that the resources and the services are free, albeit they pay taxes, but when they walk into any one of your public library buildings, the services and the resources that they get are free. So the good is that this increase in traffic has really to do with the economy. That people are coming to our libraries for help in job search strategies, they're coming for resources, they're coming for programming on how to do effective resumes and good interview skill techniques. They're coming in for the expertise to figure out how to use the internet, because we're finding that more companies they only have their applications online. And so what we offer them is qualified librarians and very, very good library support staff. What we're finding also is that the whole concept of staycations during the summertime, and this is not only with people who have lost their jobs, but this is also with people who are employed, because they don't know, there's uncertainty in terms of their job status, that they don't want to spend the money to go on vacation, so they're doing staycations. And libraries have been affected by that. An example was in Palmyra, Georgia. Because of the staycations concept, their summer reading program increased by over 160%. And that we're finding that the programming that's being offered in libraries during the summertime, adult programming in particular, have increased in terms of the attendance. So what's the bad? I don't think this is anything new for you folks. You're experiencing it here in Ohio. We're experiencing this across the country. And the bad is that the bad economy affects all of our libraries. Any of us representing whatever type of library that we work in are affected if we are a public supported institution. The National League of Cities reported last year that there was a 3.6% decrease across the country in property values. And that means, or property values, and that affects revenues, and revenues means that we don't have the same tax base to support our school districts, to support our city and counties, and to support our higher education. And we're all feeling that all over the country. And that's because there's a decrease in sales tax. People who are not employed are not buying as much. People who are employed are not buying as much. And if you're not employed, you're also not paying income tax. Again, across the country, we're being hit by this. Now the ugly, there's a saying, when the trough goes dry, the horses start biting. Now, I don't know if you know about horses, but horses like company. They either like, in the pasture, they like another horse, or if there isn't a horse, put a goat, but horses do not like to be by themselves. But this saying is very appropriate, and we're feeling this, and we're experiencing this, again, across the country. You have a great relationship, we have a great relationship with other deans, but then when the trough goes dry, the deans start biting. Great relations with other agencies within the city or the county.